What is going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Before I begin this video, I would just like to give a shout out to all the people who have subscribed to my channel. We recently reached 31 subscribers, so thank you so much for all the support all of y'all have shown. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to play Switch games on a computer. I'm doing this on Windows. You can do it on Mac. Just be aware that there are a couple things you need to know. Number one, you need a fairly good PC. Now, this PC that I'm doing it on right now isn't the highest end. It's got an i5 in it, but it is plugged in, so it works when it's plugged in. The FPS is high. But if you're running on like a, I wouldn't say potato, but a fairly slower computer, it's like maybe, I don't know, 5-6 years old, this probably will not work for you. But if you're running it on, you know, a beefy computer, beefy laptop, beefy PC, this will work for you. And today I'll be showing you how to do this with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video.
Gotta eat it burning. Money is a motive and we keep it turning.
So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna open your browser, and we're actually gonna go to the Yuzu download. So you can literally just type in Yuzu download, but I'll put the link in the description if you're too lazy to go and grab that. You need Microsoft Visual C++ 2019. Your computer probably already has it installed if it's fairly newer, but if you don't, go ahead and install that. You're just gonna scroll down here. Skip this Linux part, and you're going to want to come down here. If you already have it pinned right here because I already have installed, you're just going to want to hit this download 64, and it'll download right over here. I'm going to cancel that download since I already have it downloaded. Then you would just, you know, hop over to your downloads here and of course install it out how you usually would. Really installs basically normally. I'm just gonna go ahead and run it for you here. I won't fully install it for y'all, but I'll just show you what the setup looks like. I'm sure y'all can probably figure it out, but it'll tell you this. You probably won't get this because I already have it installed, but it'll probably just say install, and then it'll step you through the steps. Here I just have update modifier on install because I already have it installed. So perfect. Once you have Yuzu installed, you can pin it, you can do whatever you want. But the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to come down here, and you can just type in here Yuzu, or wherever it is. If you have a desktop icon, you can go and open it up. I'm just going to open it up here. And as you can see, I have some games here. Ignore that. We'll get to that part in just a little bit. So we're just going to ignore these right now. The first thing you're going to do is you're actually going to come to File and go to Open Yuzu Folder. Now you're going to be greeted with this right here, and the first thing you want to do is you're going to actually want to come to the second link in the description. This will bring you to the product keys. Now you'll need these to play any game on here. Just any game, you're going to need these product keys so I can actually read the actual game. So you're just going to come to this link and you're going to download them, and yeah, that link will be in the description down below. So once you have that, you're going to want to come into here, come into keys, and literally just plop those 3 keys in. Now you see that I have this title.keys _ auto generated. You will automatically get that the first time you play a game. So you'll only have these 3. This 4th one will come once you play your first game. So don't worry about that. You're done with the first step. The second step is to come into the NAND. Now, right now, if you use the NAND as is, it's giving me some issues with freezing and low FPS. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to come to the second link in the description and just going to download this and unzip it with 7-zip. I'll leave a link for 7-zip down in the description also. You just want to unzip that, and you should be greeted with system and user. So I'll show you what that looks like right now. You should be greeted with something that looks like this, right into the NAND. As you're going to copy this, just copy these 2 and then just paste them right in, and it should replace the files. Perfect. You're good to go on that. We can go and close out that file, and we can now come to Yuzu. Now I have 9 to 5. I don't know whenever you're going to be watching this video, but it should work. for any video. So as you can see here, we have Super Smash installed, and we have Super Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I can't speak right now, but yeah, we're just gonna do it with Super Smash today. So the first thing I want to do is you're gonna actually want to download the game, and I don't have a download for you because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get kicked off the YouTube because I'm pirating, but that's what this essentially is. You can just literally do a search for it and find it. It is a pretty large game. As you can see, it's 13 gigabytes here. So once you get this, you should be greeted with a folder called Smash, and you're gonna want to come up here and you want to click on this Add Game Directory, and you're gonna double click on it, and then you should go to your desktop or wherever you have that Smash folder, and you're gonna want to go into Smash, and then you want to go to the full game. Now the full game, I believe, is this one here, and just this eShop one. Click on it, hit select folder, and you should see something that looks like this. You should see this game. Now right now you will have none of this. It'll just say the classic or whatever. You will not see DLC. In order to install the DLC, what you want to do is come to File and install files to NAND. And then you're going to come to Smash again, and you're going to come to this $9.99 DLC, and just click on it, and then just hit open, and then just auto install everything. And then you're going to want to do another thing for all the new DLC maps. You just want to do the same thing, files to NAND, come out, and do the same thing for the second folder. Okay? And yeah, then you're good to go, basically. So you can whip out a controller, you can actually come up here to Emulation, go to Configure, and you can choose your controls here. For any controller you have, you can use Pro Controller, you can use Joy-Cons, you can do whatever you want. I don't have any controllers plugged in right now, but you can also use keyboard and mouse if that's what you have. Now before I go any further, I do want to talk about the graphics settings. So this is something that gave me the biggest problems in trying to figure out which is which and which one works. So if you're running on a not very bulky PC, so like you don't have like 32 gigs of RAM type of thing, you should be using Vulkan, okay? The default will be OpenGL, but that just runs the shaders way too slow. So you're going to be using Vulkan, and then you could just select your graphics card, which if you're using Vulkan, you should have a graphics card. So just select your graphics card. Basically, if you're even using Yuzu, you need to have a graphics card. Okay, now it can be integrated, it can be one that you just built in yourself. It just has to be a graphics card, whether built in or not built in. The next thing I did was I checked all of these off right here. Again, this works for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you. You're going to have to fidget and fiddle with all of the settings to get to do what you want. Now we have the NavDeck emulation. I have it on GPU. I don't recommend doing it on CPU. Do not do it on CPU. Now, since my computer is fairly slower, I have it on 0.5x, the lowest resolution. It really looks fine. I'll show it to you in just a moment, but it really looks fine. And basically everything else should be default. Then you come to advanced. Now this is where we actually needed to talk about some things. All of these should be checked. Okay? I know that it says use VSync OpenGL only, but for some reason it did make a difference. Without that checked, my thing ran at like 5 FPS, but with it checked, it ran like at 60, which I don't understand why, but it did. Use fast GPU time. You do want to do that, so the GPU will basically force most games to run at their highest native resolution. And then just use asynchronous shader building. Yes, you don't want to do that. Now over here, it is usually on high. If you're not using a beefy PC, then use normal, guys. Use normal. Really, it makes no difference. It looks perfectly fine. If you want to play it, do this. You don't want to be playing it at like 15 FPS. If you want to run it at your max FPS that you can get on here, which is actually 60, then run it on normal. And then down here, usually it's on automatic. Just change it to default. Just change it to default, and you should be fine. Alright, so CPU, we're not using CPU, so don't even worry about that. You can turn on and off audio. I actually did find if you follow all my settings, you follow all my instructions, and it's still running at like 5, 15, 20 FPS, you can actually turn off your audio by clicking null for both of these, and really it actually improves the frame rate overall, which is actually pretty crazy, but yeah, it does. So just hit OK, and now for the moment of truth, you just want to go ahead right here and double click the game. Now just give it a second. And you may not see this because I already played the game, so it's loading all the shaders that have already been played. You'll probably just jump right into the launching aspect of the game. Now again, I don't have a controller plugged in, so I can't really play it, but you know what? I'll be right back with a controller to be back with y'all in just a moment. Alright guys, I'm back. So with your controller, I'm gonna go and plug it in right now. I just stopped the emulation for a second so I can actually skip some of the things for y'all so you don't have to watch all that. So with it plugged in, you should hear a little bump or whatever. That means it's actually reading something, and again, I'm using an Xbox controller right now, Xbox 360. You can use whichever controller you would like as long as it goes USB. You can also use Joy-Con. I don't know how to use Joy-Con. I think it's through Bluetooth, but I haven't figured that out yet. Anyway, with your controller plugged in, you're going to come to Emulation and Configure, and you're going to come down to Controls, and you'll see I have player 1, and enable it. And you can see here that I already have it all set up. But what you would want to do is, it'll probably be on handheld or something. Just come here to Pro Controller and then select your controller from here. Xbox 360 controller 0 is mine. All the buttons work just fine. Everything is default. If anything does happen that breaks it, you can just come down here and hit defaults, and then it'll reset it for you. Now if you do want to play with more players, you can of course do the same thing for any of the other ones, and then just hit this connect controller and they'll be in the game. So let's just hit OK with that and open the game once again. Now again, you will not see the shader here. That's just for me because I've already run the game. So let's just load here. Goes pretty fast. Again, I have mine plugged in right now. For some reason, when I have it plugged in, it runs at like 60 FPS. If it's not plugged in, it runs at like 5. It's really choppy. As you can see, it's running 60 FPS right now, and it really loads really quick. It drops a little bit right here. Not sure why, but again, it runs really smooth, as I will show you in just a moment. There we go. We can just skip the intro here. And the controller works just fine. You can see right here, everything works. Now, when you open this game, you will be greeted with all kind of, you've made achievements and you're unlocking things, and just skip through all that. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a quick match here. Now guys, before I start, I'm gonna just do time here. Before I start, I am not the best at Super Smash, so please don't laugh at me in the comments, okay? But I'm just proving to you that this does work. And yes, I'm a Final Destiny player. This is a good map. And yes, I'm a Kong player too. Let's set this to something like 9. If they get my ass whooped. Okay, here we go. Let's just load some stupid info. Blah 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 blah. There we go. See, really, it looks great. This person's aggravating. It does need to load in the shaders. Yeah, I'm bad. Holy cow. It doesn't need to load in the shaders like on your first match. Why do we have items? Okay. I don't usually play with items. It's a freaking magic school bus. Okay. This is, I don't usually play with items. Okay, Min Min. I do have to say, Min Min is a very aggravating character. Let me grab this. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, it really is running fine at 50, 60 FPS almost the whole time. It's just, especially on your first time you play it, it's gonna have to load in all of the shaders for each character. Dang, okay. And that's the main reason why it's gonna run so slow for you the first time. That's the main reason why it was running so slow at the beginning. And Min Min has got the power. Okay. But yeah, as you can see, everything runs fine. There is gonna be one thing that you will notice in just a minute. Wait for it. Let me just finish her off here. I haven't got her. I don't know. I haven't really got a good hit on her. There we go. Nice. And oh, nice. How did I, what? Okay, this is basically just game commentary now. Imagine. Now I'm just done. Okay. As you can see here, just a moment, you can tell that it is on lower quality. Here, you can tell that the pixels kind of surrounding him. But really, guys, this runs. It runs like a game. It runs as if you're playing on a Switch. And again, this works for any other Switch game. You have to get the different files. I don't have them memorized what they're called. XCI, I think is what it is. Imagine. I lose on camera. No, I don't. Okay. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. I'm gonna stop the emulation right here because it's gonna get loud in just a minute. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you really do like this content. My channel is now, it was Minecraft, now it's more all about tech tips, hacking, and getting y'all to know your tech better and maybe not having to spend so much money on tech that you really have to. So without further ado, I guess I'm gonna close out this video and guess not waste any more of your time. So guys, thank you so much for letting me be a part of your day, and I hope y'all have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.